How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Before we get started, hello, Mr. Rue. Mr. Rue, this is why it's a YouTube only episode. And so, of course, we have to have our favorite little mascot, Miss Rue. Thank you, girl. We're going to get to work now. We have a great episode for y'all. Like we said, this is YouTube episode. We will have our midweek stuff. Look, it's crazy. We just released the episode. We're recording this Monday night already. Just throughout the day, Monday, we already have newsworthy things. Shout out Mimi. Shout out them Havila Eagles taking down number 7 Hope International. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about plenty more. First off, happy Wednesday morning, everybody. We have got a great way to kick off our quote unquote YouTube exclusive for whatever series we're going to call this. But it's a great interview. We got 4, count them, 4 Patriots. It's Carly Oliver, it's Makenzie Keatts, Bailey Turnbow, and Talli Burgess. Got myself, got Carly Fitzer. I mean, Carly P, CP. This is pretty cool, right? CP, we go with that? We go with that, yeah. CP. This is pretty cool, yeah. Rod. Well, CO, Carly O, Makenzie, Bailey, Talli, just down the line, real quick. Thank y'all so much. No, obviously, real busy time of the year for y'all. How are y'all doing? First off,
pretty good.
Good. Everybody's good.
We're in the thick of it right now, but we're good.
In the thick of it. Y'all are about to start conference play. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about this past weekend, obviously. But the way we want to get this started, just doing some research, obviously knowing y'all over the last year plus of covering NAIA softball, covering the Patriots. All 4 of you have experienced unique pathways to end up as seniors for the Pats. I know COVID, the whole 2020, a little bit different, but you are all listed as seniors on the roster. Talli, you came as a freshman, had immediate success in 2021. Carly, Makenzie, Bailey, y'all 3 have different stories as far as transferring. Getting into Williamsburg. Talli, I want to start with you. You're the longest tenured Pat. Start us off. Just tell us about why you chose Cumberlands out of high school.
I think I knew, like being recruited, I knew that I wanted to go to a school that I would get playing time. That was most important to me. I didn't care if that was D1, D2, D3, NAIA. And it just so happened that I knew I'd get playing time at Cumberlands. And I knew Coach Rich already. She was my coach for travel ball. She was like, hey, you want to come on a visit? And I was like, sure. And I fell in love with it. It's really nice here.
It is, yeah.
Makenzie, you transferred in from Montlau State Community College. Tell us a little bit about your decision to go the JUCO route and how it led you to Williamsburg.
Mine's a little different than most. As a junior, I almost hung it up. Didn't really want to play, so I turned down a lot of offers. And then I was like, I'll play my senior year, finish out with a bang. And then COVID hit. And so I was like, well, what am I going to do? And then Janice Morey at Montlau State Community College reached out to me. She had seen me play before, and it was kind of a spur of the moment decision. And, it got me going, and it led me in the path that I'm on now.
Awesome. What was it about Cumberlands that made you want to go there after JUCO?
Really, after playing for a long time, you get to play with different coaches and see different philosophies, coaching styles, how they interact with their players. And whenever I came on my visit and met Coach Dillender, Coach Rich, and Coach Maya, I really kind of got to see how they talk to you. They didn't try to sell me to come here or anything. It was very blunt, very honest. And I mean, she told me from the jump that, yeah, you're a catcher, but you're probably not going to catch. You'll probably be a utility. And I was cool with it. And that's really what got me here, and the atmosphere and meeting some of the girls. It just felt like home, and it felt like a safe place to be.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you've made the decision to continue on, ended up in NAIA softball, ended up at Cumberland. Some pretty cool moments you've had there, safe to say. We'll talk about one of those that happened in Columbus a little bit later on. But Carly, you had an incredible high school career, 2-time state champion, all-state your senior year. You then attended Mid-South rival in Georgetown, your first team all Mid-South your freshman year. Then you decided that wasn't a place you wanted to finish up your college career. You make the in-conference transfer to the Pats. What was it about Cumberlands that when you transferred, you were like, I'm good with sitting out for a season if I can be here playing for this team?
Yeah, that question, it hits close to home because that year it was a roller coaster, like to say the least. it was a lot of just like getting my hopes up and then being let down. You know, I tried to appeal it, it just didn't work out in my favor. But if I had to go back and do it 100 times, I would, because at the end of the day, like I wanted to pursue nursing, and Georgetown, you know, they didn't have a route that would let me play all 4 years. And so I had to kind of, you know, look around. I didn't really have my sights set on anywhere. And I knew a couple girls from high school that had, that were at Cumberlands, and one of them was actually in nursing. And talked to her a little bit, and, you know, God put it on my heart to come down here, and I'm glad he did, because like, I could not imagine finishing out anywhere else. Like, I get to wake up every day and play the sport I love with like some of the best people ever. And I would go back and sit out that year 100 times over again, especially to go through what we went through last year. Like, I'm just excited for what this year's going to bring. And yeah, I don't regret that decision at all.
Awesome. Hey, I transferred to, and I stand on transferring to Weber National. Best decision I ever made. CP, a little bit different. You fell in love immediately at Midland, yeah?
Yeah. I did transfer in high school though, about halfway through, so I kind of feel what it's like.
Right.
Last but not least, Bailey, you started your career at East Tennessee State, entered the portal after 2 years. Did you know much about the NAIA prior to transferring? And what did Coach Bailey say to make you a Patriot?
Whenever I was at ETSU, I knew a little bit about the NAIA. Me and Talli played on the same travel ball team. My dad was a coach, and Rich helped. So I knew of the University of the Cumberlands through Rich, but that was all that I knew pretty much. But whenever I talked to Dilly about coming here, she knew how I felt about ETSU and everything, that just a lot happened there. But I was done with softball after my sophomore year. I was done. And I just didn't love the game anymore. And Dilly, the one thing she said to me was, come here, try it for a semester, and if you don't love the game, you can leave. Like, you're good. And I came here and I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with the game again. It just shows that having people around you that actually care about you and care about you on and off the field can go a long way. So
In that one semester, when Coach Bailey, he said, hey, come here, try it out, was there like a moment that you realized, like, yep, this is where I'm going to be to finish out my career, and you're going to stay in softball for the rest of your college career?
honestly, I think it would have to be like our first game that we actually had, and it was in the fall ball, but our first game. And I remember I struck out and I turned around, and Dilly wasn't like screaming in my face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was like, it's okay. Like, you had a good at bat. Like, you'll be fine. You get another one. And I think after that, I was like, it's so relieving, like, having that as your coach. She's not going to be mad for playing the game. So
She's awesome. She's got great feel. She's awesome. Great coach. I mean, y'all know. I don't gotta say, y'all know how awesome Dilly is. Talli, one senior that's not here with us is Morgan Radford. She's obviously phenomenal pitcher for y'all. I'm sure y'all got to build up a really good relationship in y'all's time together in Williamsburg. Can you tell us a little bit more about y'all's relationship? You know, maybe just overall. Obviously, that there have been great pitchers there prior to me even knowing what NAIA was with you there. Tell us a little bit about the pitching staff with the Cumberlands Patriots.
You know, I think the most important thing about our pitching staff is that we know it's not just going to take one of us during the game. It may take all four of us, all five, however many we have. It may take all of us. We may have to pitch one inning at a time. I think that's the most important thing is Morgan and I we've trusted each other since the beginning, because we throw differently. All of us throw differently, and I think we all just trust each other to spin our best ball. And that's the most important. That's how we're the strongest.
Nice.
Yeah. And while we're talking about Pat's pitching, we got to mention Coach Alyssa Richards. She's been your pitching coach since arriving at Williamsburg. Tell me a little bit about what she is as a coach, and how she's helped you develop your game.
She is special to me because Rich has been my coach since actually before coming to Cumberlands. Like Bailey said, she was our travel ball coach growing up. And I think she helped change my game way before college. She helped me mentally and with my mechanics. She just knows so much about the game, and she helps my confidence. She helps me bring out like my best mental game. She helps me bring out my best spins. She's just, I don't know, she's great.
I love that.
Was there like I know you mentioned earlier, something we didn't know coming in, that she coached you in travel ball, correct? Was there like a moment that you had with just one of your pitches that she did something and you were like, "Yep, this is going to be money now for years to come"? You don't have to spill all the secret sauce. Look, I'm sure Rich and Bailey are sitting there like, she better not say too much right now.
No, actually, I had that moment at Gulf Shores, and Keatts kind of caught on to it. She was like, "What are we doing?" So I didn't really like bring her in on it at first, but I think like I kind of lost my spin, and she was just like, "Hey, try throw this pitch instead of that pitch, or it'll overcorrect it or whatever," and it worked, and my spin came back, and it. Now
Yeah, it worked.
Oh, it worked.
It's safe to say you've been on it here. We've noticed that ERA started dropping a little bit over the last couple of weeks. You're like, something's clicking right now. Makenzie, something got to talk about. So last year, obviously, first year in NAIA SB in Columbus, my second year in Columbus, and I still think about this moment at least once a week. Your historic run. Single World Series home run record with 4, but the 3 and that 9-6 amazing win over a really good team in the Marion Knights. Tell us about that. Tell us about that game, hitting 3 home runs and then eventually breaking the record against Southern Oregon. And I mean, just start with like after the first one, the second one, and then the third one. Just what were the emotions you were feeling? Probably getting tired of having to dunk a little basketball, but we'll ask about that celebration a little later, though.
I know, it was crazy. Honestly, like the biggest thing that me and Coach Dillender work on, she's my hitting instructor. We do individuals here, and it's just simplifying the game down. You know, we talk about, you feel your feelings, you go through whatever you have to go through, and hitting towards the middle of the field. That's all we worked on. And I get in there and hit the first one. Great. If you hit a home run, you hit a home run, but that's not what we try to do here, And then I get up again and I hit another one, and you're just kind of in shock. You're like, that didn't happen. Like, it's not real. And then you just kind of let it, like, with me, I kind of learned to just let it go. We always talk about, just flushing that at bat, no matter if it was great or bad. And one person I will commend is we do a mental toughness class as the Patriots, and it's, be your greatest self. No matter what it is, be your greatest self. And in that moment, I just felt like I kind of was being one, and just went in and, there you go, off the bat, here's number 3. And in that moment, because luckily the game was about to be over, I was able to kind of feel those emotions, but you're kind of just like the adrenaline rush and the shock of it was just insane. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I didn't win that game. My girls did. Talli threw her butt off in that game. Marin had a double. Carly had a double. Morgan Radford gets up and has either a single or a double. And you don't think it's real until they show you the videos after it. And you're like, dang, we're good. We're pretty damn good to be Patriots right now. So that's kind of how I processed everything and how I felt it. Because in the game, like 9 times out of 10, you can ask any of us, like, we kind of black out after it. It really didn't happen until you see it again, so that's how it felt for me.
You mentioned a little bit about doing like mental classes. Can you talk a little bit more like in depth about how you guys go about those?
So we meet with Shawnee Harrell. She's amazing. She does all kinds of workbooks and private meetings with individuals or with teams. And Coach Dillender brought her in last fall, and we would do workbooks as a full team, and then we'd split into groups. And it's real. Her main thing is you want to be a jungle tiger. You don't want to be something in the zoo, because when you're in the zoo and you're timid, you're closed off. You're not being extravagant and being yourself. And when you're a jungle tiger, you're being courageous. It doesn't matter if you're confident or not. It's a feeling. But being courageous is taking extra strides, going out of your comfort zone and stuff like that. So it really just kind of helps us hone in on our emotions and the mentality of the game, because every sport is more mental than it is physical. And so it's pretty amazing. She gives us a lot of tips and tricks on how to command the game, command ourselves. And, the biggest thing she tells us is to be our greatest self. On a scale of 1 to 10, what were you doing today? Could you have done more? Okay, if you could have done more, what would it have been? If you did great, okay, how can we continue that on? So she really she helps us in that way. And it's not only us, it's our coaches as well, which is amazing too.
I love that. We did something similar like that at Midland last year, and I don't know, maybe there's a correlation in mental training in the World Series.
I can confirm. I can confirm both teams can hit. Both teams know how to swing the bat. I can confirm that. Pretty good pitchers as well.
Me?
Yeah, it's I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Ask that.
Sorry, I went off the thing.
You're good.
Makenzie, still touching on historic moments for you. You had a 19-game hit streak last year that lasted all the way to the MSC tournament. At any point were you sort of aware of that streak, and did it affect mentally kind of what you thought about in the box, or was it more of a motivational piece for you?
Honestly, we're going to be honest here. I had no clue. One amazing thing about our team is we do not chalk things up to stats. We don't identify ourselves based on a number, because you have great days, you have bad days. So I really did not know until I read that question, if we want to be transparent. And then I went and asked everybody, and they're like, yeah, you did. We just didn't tell you. And I was like, good, like, perfect. Thank you for that. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you go 0 for, that doesn't define you as a player. If you go 4 for 4 or you break records, I mean, that doesn't define you. You know, you just play a game at a time, take a pitch at a time, and that's what we do here with the Pats, because one game doesn't change who you are.
No, it's awesome. Awesome. Carly, Oliver, the Pats coming off huge sweep. Obviously, we got to talk about it. Against number 3, Georgia Gwinnett. You had 2 of the more memorable moments of the weekend, maybe even of the season. In game 1, obviously the scary moment, you fouling the ball off your helmet, and then the actual 2-run shot in the 6th, not the quote unquote unedited video that has it's taking some people through a loop right now, but just take us through. You had a really good approach this weekend. Worked really well for you. Talk to us about those 2 ABs. You know, what were you kind of when you finally came to after about 30 seconds on the run? Which, by the way, 30 seconds, I take a foul ball off my head. I don't know if I'm making it up in 30. So props to you on that. And then obviously next AB, we know what happens. So take us through those 2.
Well, before I even talk about my at-bats, I just, I can't even talk about these games without talking about our pitching staff.
Sure.
Throwing 3 shutouts against, a top 5, opponent is insane. And, that, I think, as a hitter, it just makes you want to grind out those at-bats even more. And, going into the 6th inning and, not having a run on the board, it's kind of one of those games where it's whoever scores first is going to win this game. And, so, that when I fouled the ball off my head, that I feel like it's just a testament to how well she was pitching. She's a great pitcher, and we knew that all week going into it. It was just our preparation. I think the coaches do such a great job at our scouting reports, and we do certain drills depending on who we're seeing that week. And I think we just prepared really well for her. If we know her up pitch is on, then if it's starting at your letters, try to lay off of it and keep your hands high if you're going to attack it. And I think another big thing that I took into, my at-bats against her was the fact that she had T-minus 2 or 3 walks in 55 innings pitched or something crazy like that. She's not looking to walk you. She's going to throw you pitches to hit. And so I just tried to not let strikes go by. If they were low in the zone and they were not one of her up pitches, I was just trying to attack them. And I was fouling them off a lot. And then obviously I hit that one on my head, and I was kind of scared. I just got up. I was like, is my nose still on? I didn't know I didn't even know what it hit really. And then I was like, okay, I think that just really scared me. And I just get up. And I remember someone asking me, they're like, are you going to wear a helmet with a mask on it the next at bat? I was like, no, I can't do that. There's no way. And so that next at bat, I just go up there and we have a runner on third. And 1 out. That's a great situation to be in as a hitter. You want to try to get a deep fly ball, just something to score the run, anything on the ground. And, that pitch was a little elevated in on my hands, and I just tried to clear my barrel and get a pop up, and it ended up working out in our favor. And I'm glad we came out with the wins for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking about that stellar pitching throughout that series, Talli, walk us through your mental approach in the circle when you're up against teams like Georgia Gwinnett. What's sort of your thought process pregame, in between pitches, between at-bats?
I think this is where Rich really comes into play, because she has pretty much majority of my life drilled into my head that I'm good if I'm trusting my spin, because everybody knows my spin is my best stuff. And prior to the game, I'm using my spinner. I'm making sure my spin's tight. I'm focusing on my spin. And like during the game, I'm gonna be honest, if I get nervous, I sing out loud. I sing whatever song comes to my mind. I'm singing to make myself not think about what's happening in the moment. So
Yep.
I just try to keep my mind clear during that during those situations.
What are the chances we get a small sample? Nah.
Any song.
Game. I don't think I could.
What's an example? Come on, give us some songs maybe from this weekend, something. This is great.
The one that I go to most, I don't know why, is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I don't know why, that's just like it pops into my head and that's what I'm singing. If you ever see my mouth, I'm being so serious right now. If you ever see my mouth moving while I'm pitching, I'm singing a song to calm myself back down.
So all right, folks. So she is a thing. All right, need to get a little more.
Allie, you just gave it away. Dang it.
Can't give our tricks, man.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't think that was going to be the big one that we pulled out. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That was going to be the one that was like, oh, we figured out the secret. We got the Pat sauce, folks. Bottle it up, sell it.
Hey, whatever works.
Right. Carly, we were talking a little bit before we started recording. This was obviously a great weekend, but at the end of the day, non-conference series, Mid-South plays starting up. Y'all got Brian. They'll be kind of in between when we are recording and then when this one this episode comes out Wednesday morning. Just take us through a little bit. What's the message to the team? Being like, hey, great win, great national rank, top 10 win, whatever. How do we bounce back? We get back because obviously Mid-South, y'all did pretty good in the Mid-South Conference last year, and I got a feeling that y'all gonna have a decent target on your back.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that, Coach Dillner has preached all year long is we have to control what's in our circle. And, whenever we start like expanding everything and going crazy, like that's when we aren't our best selves. And this is like, she talks about it not being, a sprint, it's a marathon. Like losing those 4 games early. Yeah. Like in the moment we were like, dang, like, it doesn't feel good, but I think that it's just, there's so many new faces and we're getting to know what each player needs, what these new faces need, what leaders they need. And I think that that's the biggest thing right now is like stuff is starting to click and we're still not at our full potential. It's crazy. It's going to be a scary day when we are, I think. I'm just really excited to see like us start to fall together. The pieces are slowly like, just going into place. And I think going into conference play, the biggest thing is just like, we can't go backwards. Like now, we did what we did, but there's more that we can give. And I think that we're knocking on the door for sure.
It is terrifying to think that was not the full on version of the Pats. Look at they're like, nah, we only outscored them. What was it, like 16? I don't know, 16. It is Pats by 90. I know that's the saying. So I guess until y'all are winning a series by 90, I guess then I'll be like, all right, we got it.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is just like making sure that we focus on us. Like it doesn't matter who we're playing. If we bring our best stuff, then the outcome is going to be good and what we work so hard for every day. So.
Well, even if it's not y'all's quote unquote best stuff, I know obviously in NFCA y'all stumbled a little bit out of the gates, but no matter what it is, Bailey, that dugout's going to be lit, and you're going to be one of the ones leading it. If we gave a Dugout of the Year award, I know last year and coming into this year, Pats would definitely be up there. Definitely be a finalist for it. Just fun question here. Take us through some of the favorite chants. I get we can't get singing on. I get it. Probably a smart thing. Copyright YouTube. Yeah. But just take us through some of your favorite chants and like when did you start being the one? Because look, I know a common one is balls in the dirt. I don't think anybody in the country does balls in the dirt better than Bailey Turnbow.
Yeah, well, I like the balls in the dirt one because we say it twice and then we all do like a deep voice. And for some reason, I can just really get down there and I sound like a man. But that one, I love that one. But if I'm being honest, my favorite one's probably the one where if somebody steals, I say, did you get her? And everybody says no. And we say it twice. And then I say, why not? And they say too slow. And I think it's my favorite because it makes everybody so mad on the other team. They get really, really mad. And I love it so much. But that one's probably my favorite, I think. And then I think my personality is very bubbly and I'm very out there, very outgoing. So I think that since I've been playing, honestly, I've always been the one that's been like the loudest and like I'm always yelling. And I don't know what I'm yelling sometimes, but I'm always yelling and I'm always loud. So
I feel like
I
we've got a new
remember-
favorite too, though. The in the pen is
The
up
in the
there.
pen is a
Yeah.
good one. You also do Reese's Puffs a lot.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite. When I hit the guys, I'm
We have a
like,
new one, Reagan. We have a new one. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
when they bring their
Really?
bullpen out, it's we in the pen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
we're
in the
really
pen.
loving that one.
Oh,
can't wait to hear that. There was
Do
I
addition
yeah.
this weekend.
can't remember who y'all played. It may have been the William Carey game or the IU South. I don't know, one of the games up in Columbus. I heard you do the balls in the dirt, and you after you did kind of the lower wing, you started coughing, and they're like, "Geez, that's."
it rattled my voice, my vocal cords a little bit too much.
We talk a lot about softball right now, but Bailey, you were a phenomenal volleyball player, all district for Cooksville High School twice, and you were named USA Junior Olympic Volleyball Team, which is a huge accomplishment. How did playing both sports growing up benefit you, and what pushed you to choose college softball?
I think it benefited me playing both sports throughout high school just because it made me a lot more competitive, I think. Volleyball is, you immediately get like a chance to like make wow, English. You immediately get a chance to like hit the ball again. Or in softball, it's like longer. You have to wait for another chance to get in a bat. And I think that's why I picked softball, because like it's immediate feedback. You get like, okay, can we restart this question? I gotta restart.
You're good. You're good.
You're good.
I'm like repeating myself. What was the question? You're gonna have to ask me again.
You're good. You're good. How did playing both sports growing up benefit you, and why did you choose college softball?
I think playing both sports made me more competitive throughout high school, and I chose college softball because I think it was me and my dad's dream. Like just growing up, he's been my coach like since I was baby, and that was always like our dream together was for me to go play college sport. And he played college baseball, and my mom played college softball, so it was like it like intertwined perfectly. And I wanted to live this dream out for the both of us, so I think that's why I picked it.
Just curious, where'd they play at?
Actually in Columbus, at Columbus College in Georgia.
Oh, nice. Is that like now Columbus State?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. No, they're it was crazy because like obviously they have like some like players or softball team that like work during the World Series, and like they're like, yeah, we did pretty good. I think they won like 40 something games last year. I was like, pretty good. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, all right, I don't know bunch about D2 softball. But then I found out like they're UNG up in Dahlonega, where I've got like 3 or 4 of my high school friends that they're like, yeah, I think our school won the D2 national championship. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, we didn't go to a game. Like, y'all didn't go to a game? I got on pretty good. Don't worry. I got that. I'm like, I'm gonna turn y'all boys into some softball dudes real quick. Makenzie, want to go back to you real quick. No, we've talked a little bit about last year, but one last question about it. Last year, obviously, a historical run helped the Pats get the first ever NAIA Softball World Series. At the time, came very close to winning the school's first red banner. Didn't take too much longer. Shout out the Pats women's soccer team. Y'all won another one, I think. What, men's indoor track?
Yeah.
I know my NAIA stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
You got two red banners, but y'all came in third. Y'all look to get a third red banner here real soon. But tell us a little bit about the run and now obviously the motivation to get back that y'all have.
Our motivation, obviously it's high. You know, the ones that were here last year, like we got a little bit of a taste of that feeling, and you know, we're so eager to get back. But I think what is amazing about all the girls that have come in, like, because we're a baby team, like we're baby heavy on this team, but every single one of the girls that are new here have full intentions of getting back there. You know, they're willing to put in the grind, do whatever it takes to get us back there. And as Carly said, you know, we're not at our full potential yet, but you can sit there and see how hard every single one of us are working as a team and as individuals to get there. Because they want to know what the hype's about. They want to know what it feels like to be on the big stage. And, you know, we want to get back there because we love the feeling, but we also want to take it home. You know, third is great and all, but, you know, we want to come home with the rings. We want to come home with the red banner to show what we're made of. We work on our identity as Pats day in and day out, represent the logo as a school and as a softball team. And, we want to have that target on our backs. We want to be the big dogs because last year we were the underdogs.
Right.
And so this year we want to come out with a punch, we want to come in, gas pedal to the ground. And I think it's so amazing because this team is getting to that point. It was a little, like you said, stumbled out of the gate a little bit, but we were prepared for that, like it sucks in the moment, but who cares? It's softball. It's a game of failure. It's going to happen. But now it's like we got our heads on straight. We see the destination, and like she had said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So we'll get there. And, whatever it takes, we're going to plow through the opponent.
Yeah, safe to say y'all are not the underdog at all anymore. At least I think that got thrown out the window around when y'all were, I don't know, like 30-2 or 30-3 at some point last year. That probably got thrown out the window. But so it's good that y'all now have that experience going to the World Series. And question I got to ask you. I know beginning of the season, Coach Bailey said you were going move to catcher. You've still done some catching. Amber's done a great job with that. But you've stayed out in right field. How nice is it having Jade and Amber Gaynor in left and center field covering ground?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. All I have to cover is the line.
We really only need 2 outfielders with them.
Like seriously.
I had heard
I don't know
about them.
my job's there.
I have absolutely zero doubt in my mind. I'm like, if it's, I'm automatically walking off the field. I know they caught it.
No, seriously. Like I'm the slowest one of the bunch. And if I'm like, that ball's got me beat, it don't matter because Amber's diving 40 feet to catch it. I'm like, she's got it.
I heard about Coach Bailey back in like July. I heard about him. I heard from other coaches that knew about him. I'm like, what do you know about these two? And then after two games, no, it was after the first game, because Blaine was over there watching y'all's game against IU Southeast while I was over at the Mobile Rio game, and I asked him, so what do you think? And he was like, dude, are those twins out there? I'm like, yeah, those are Gaynor twins. And they're like, he was like, I don't think I've seen a ball drop in left center field. And I was like, yeah, they're living up to it. Then I watch it. It's crazy. It is crazy to watch. And then obviously behind the plate, another newcomer, Amber Adkins. She's doing pretty good. She can swing the bat. Safe to say that.
100%. And one thing I will add too is the Gaynor twins were just like me. They were a third baseman and a shortstop. And then they came here and it's like, hey, take on this new role. And they have taken it and ran with it. They stay after practice. They do all kinds of different drills to make sure that ball does not drop. And same with Amber. Amber's grinding. She's got her head down. Like she's happy. She's confident back there. She's made amazing friends here. Like she fits in with our team so well as the Gaynors. And they just have made the team so much better since they decided to come here.
So Carly, you guys have some pretty electric base hit and home run celebrations, specifically dunking into the mini basketball hoop. What's sort of been the inspiration behind those celebrations?
Honestly, I feel like it's like the spur of the moment thing. We're like, oh, if we get a double, let's do this. And then it just stuck. And then this year, it's like when we get a triple, we do this little new thing. And it's behind the back, something. I don't even know. It's so spur of the moment, but it just sticks when someone does it. We're like, oh, that looked good. Let's keep doing that. But I don't know where the basketball goal came into play, but it has been fun. We have some really good pictures with that basketball goal.
Dude, and the slow-mo and Carp's video from the recap of the World Series. It goes
so good. So good.
So good.
I cannot wait. Now look, obviously I'm excited to see World Series softball. Duh. Honestly, there is at times last year I'm like, dude, I can't wait for 2 a.m. when Carp sends that big. Again, let's just give a shout out to Carp. I mean, that guy during the postseason, during the World Series, even now doing stuff with Oklahoma and driving all over the Southern Midwest to shoot videos for NAIA softball. Great stuff. He's always great, but I kid you not, he was sending stuff to us at 2, 3 a.m. Y'all know what that heat was like. It was tough, and he was out there for all the games and sending those videos. Gotta give Carp his flowers, no doubt about that. But let's see what we got. What we got next? Bailey. Let's start with you. Then honestly, this one I'd like to hear from all of you. But Bailey, starting with you. Seniors on this team. Walk us through the type of legacy that you guys have built and want to leave in Williamsburg, and have that culture for future Patriot teams.
I would say that I think that like the legacy that we want to leave is being a player-led team. I think that we do a very good job with like announcing how we feel and telling everybody how we feel all together, and I think that helps us and benefits us a lot. And another thing is we all play selfless. None of us play for ourselves. We play for everybody. That everybody's wearing a Pats jersey for a reason. So I think that is what we want to leave whenever we're gone, is play for each other and don't be selfish.
And Talli, what about you? We talked a little bit about the about y'all and with the staff. Going a little bit about that, and also something I wanted to write down. Forgot to ask earlier. Was there like somebody in that staff when you came in as a freshman that kind of helped you out, show you the ropes a little bit?
I think yes, because coming in, I knew I was going to get pitching time just because like that's what I was told. But I didn't expect as much pitching time as I got, and I felt the nerves a little bit. And I think that Katie White, she really helped me because she was a leader at the time, and she knew what she was doing on the mound. She commanded the mound just like I do now. And I think she just kind of helped me like gain my confidence and like know that my stuff is good. I think she helped me.
Awesome. And then for Carly, Keatts, y'all too, tell us about it. What kind of legacy y'all want to leave in Williamsburg?
I think the biggest thing for me that I love about this team is everybody here has a role, whether you're in the starting lineup, whether you're in the dugout, whether you're the coaches, no matter what it is it doesn't take the 9 on the field to just win the game. It takes our coaches who are helping us. It takes our dugout who is keeping us hype and in the game and being our biggest motivators. And then it takes the 9 having each other's backs. And like Bailey had said, not playing selfishly. Like we play for the team on the front, not the team on the back. And I feel like with this team last year and this year has been huge for us and has opened many doors for us. And you just see the ones who, they might not be on the field, but if you put them in, they're ready to go. Like they're going to make a difference. They're going to, show who they are and keep us going. And, they're not sitting on the bleachers or anything. They're standing at the fence, cheering their heads off. I can't tell you how many of our teammates have lost their voices by the 3rd inning because they're screaming their heads off, and it's amazing. And nobody goes through the game feeling like they're stuck in the corner, like they're in it by themselves. If we're struggling, we have a coach that'll walk to us and be like, do you need a second? Like, do we need to go talk for a second? Like, are you okay? And that's just huge for us. And that's what makes it so easy to be leaders on this team, is because you don't have just 3 or 2 or 4 or 5. It's every single person on there, because we lead ourselves, and that's what helps lead our team.
Awesome. And Carly, finish up. Talk about the Pats culture and what you hope to leave behind in Williamsburg.
I think personally, waking up every day, my goal is just to like leave it better than I found it. Everything I wake up every day and my goal is to glorify God on and off the field. And like, that's what I want these younger girls and like, especially recruits to see. I want them to look up to me more so off the field, really. Like, this is softball and we love it. And like, we grind out every day to be the best player we can be. But at the end of the day, like we want to be good people. And I think that that's the biggest thing here at the Cumberlands that they prioritize is like, it's one big team, like, but at the end of the day, like we have to take that next step into like adulthood. And I think leaving the legacy of just like being the best person you can be and like being there for your teammates and being role models. I think that at the end of the day, that's what's the most rewarding to me. It's not the stats. It's not the trophies. It's like having younger girls to look up to me and that, they come to me for advice whenever they need me. Even like if I was to graduate, like they can still reach out to me. I think that's definitely like my biggest thing for sure.
That's great. Well, phenomenal. All 4 of you. I've already left. Sorry to build up a heck of a resume, heck of a legacy in Williamsburg. Carly, no, you got one a little more lighthearted, a little more fun question to wrap us up though.
Little fun one. Anyone can start. You're on a road trip. You make a quick pit stop. What snack and what drink are you guys grabbing?
Oh, that is so easy. Oh, okay. Nerd gummy clusters. That's our team's thing. Like
Yes.
everyone will demolish those. And then we should be sponsored by Monster. The white monsters, like we need to like reach out to them because I don't know, like we keep them in business. Like I promise. That's definitely my two.
Our gas stations sell out of white monsters.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Y'all ever drink the orange ones?
No. I've had the peach and
Yeah,
the strawberry. So when
Try
they're
the orange one. I
white, I
promise
get
you.
one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, it's still Monster, so still sponsor us. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Monster.
Monster. I'll go ahead and tell you, if you want to be a sponsor of NAIA SB, we can work that out. Let's get worked out. Maybe a little collab with the past. So besides Monster and gummy clusters, which are obviously 1-1 and 1-2 off the board, Keatts, what else for you?
I'm a sucker for chocolate covered pretzels. That's the flips.
Yeah.
Because you never know what kind of chips you want, you never know what kind of mood you're in, but you can never go wrong with chocolate covered pretzels.
You can't. Absolutely not.
Sweet, not salty. Get the best of
Sweet,
both worlds.
salty, mixing the Monster, refreshing.
Exactly.
Hitting everything. Talli, what about you for as a pitcher? Something a little different, or are we staying around the same thing?
I'm a gummy kind of girl. I like the mini crawlers. You know those like little the sour gummies worm things.
Yeah.
They gotta be the minis, the little tiny ones.
Oh, the little tiny ones. Not familiar with their game. Not familiar with that. Is it all right? So all right. We got to take a step back. So for the mini ones, now I get like if you're talking about the nerd clusters, how that's different from like the nerd rope. Everybody knows two different things, but like the mini worms and the regular worms, is there like a big difference there, or is it just like something about the little ones?
To me, it's because
It's how many she can fit in her mouth while she's pitching. That's all the difference in the world.
There it is.
that the big ones are like kind of hard. They're like to chew, and then the little ones are just soft enough to chew.
They pop. So let's get this right. So Talli Burgess, one of the top pitchers in NAIA softball, no doubt about it. Her two tricks are mini gummy worms and singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." Every pitching coach, write that down. We got it.
Two secrets.
You got her.
You got me.
Bailey, what about for you? What are we rocking with in the gas station?
I'm probably be a Coke for sure. And I love me some Funyuns. So Funyuns.
Oh.
Regular or spicy?
Just the regular. Me and Casey Dale tear them up. We love some Funyuns.
CP, they didn't miss. I mean, that was almost a perfect like everything they had. That's great. I mean, we're figuring it out. Turns out, if you want to be a top 10 NAIA softball team, you just got to have the right gas station order, and then that's pretty much it.
Right, guys.
Well,
Reagan, what about you?
Oh Jesus. So I'll go the energy drink route. Go a little different from Monster. Sucker for the Red Bull, the watermelon one. Fire.
Ooh.
Gotta go with that. Beef jerky guy. I'll go with a little bit of beef jerky. I gotta agree with Carly here on the nerds gummy clusters for a snack. As far as a chip, I mean, yeah, chocolate covered pretzels are tough, but this may be the first L, and I'll get it. I am a salt and vinegar chip kind of guy. I do like
Hey,
salt.
I like those two.
Yep.
We're not mad about that.
That's not an L. You're good.
Dub, big dub.
Oh.
Oh, we got L's down there. Oh,
All right.
oh my goodness. Well,
What about you, Carly?
yeah, CP.
Well, you hit it spot on with the gummy clusters. Always grab them. I gotta go grape Gatorade Zero.
Oh,
Okay.
That or the cucumber lime.
okay.
Big Gatorade
Oh,
Zero gal.
different in there.
I don't know.
If we're talking chips though, I'm going extra toasty Cheez-Its.
Oh yeah.
Cheez-Its
That's a
are
good one.
nice. They're
That's a good
fire.
one.
They hit.
Those are so good. I kind of want to ask one more question. It wasn't written down. Hopefully, Coach Bailey doesn't get mad at me about this one, but do y'all have like a really, do y'all have like a favorite Coach Bailey Dillender moment that we can share?
I do.
Okay.
What were we in? Opening round? And I'm
Oh,
on third base.
mhm.
Emily Bryant is on
Yeah.
second. Bailey Turnbow's on first, and Makenzie Pollock's hitting. Bases are loaded, right?
All right.
And this is to win the game. Makenzie Pollock hits a gap shot in left center. I score it. They throw the ball in. Catcher fumbles it. EB scores. And as EB scoring, Dilly's running like this down third base. Yes.
And so, but what's crazy about this is like on the live stream, it doesn't really catch it. But thankfully, we had our AD, and I think maybe like his wife was up in the tower and they were videoing it. It is gold.
Go
It is
on our
gold.
Twitter and you can find it. She
It is
just running
gold.
like this all the
If
way
we-
to the dugout.
If we can find that video, it will be right there for people to watch during the YouTube video. That
Oh, 100%. It has
Love you,
to be.
Dilly.
that's great. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like mine would be more so like probably win. I feel like when we won opening round, like, yeah, that was funny. But I think just the aftermath, like how just seeing like her and like Rich and Maya, like the way that they've worked so hard and like just seeing them like cry together and like you could tell how proud of us they were. Like I will never forget that. Like looking at them and watching them cry, like it made it like everything worth it. It was so amazing to like get it done for them for sure.
You just had to top mine, didn't you?
No,
Okay.
yours is funnier.
the crying,
Funny,
funny.
the emotional. That's how we work.
Bailey, Talli, what about y'all? What do y'all think? Y'all got something up there can top those?
Let me find a picture. Hold on. I gotta show.
Mine is when, because usually we're like always on first. They're always on first base dugout, and so I'm always just standing right there, like talking to them. And we'll be in like the seventh inning, and it never fails. It's when Talli's pitching. She loves to make everything so intriguing, right? Like she loves to get like bases loaded with 2 outs, and we're down by like we're up, but like she likes to make it interesting. And Dilly will just be talking to me, and she's like, you can tell she's freaking out because she does not do good with that kind of pressure. And I'm talking, I'm like, Dilly, it's okay. I'm like, we're fine. And I think every single time she does that is my favorite because she freaks out, and then we're on the field, we're playing, and we're more chill than she is. And I'm like, Dilly, breathe every time.
I love it too when she goes, like an umpire makes a call and she's upset about it, she'll just go and sit at the corner of the dugout and like it's like someone just stole her lollipop. Like it is it's a good time. When I look over there, I'm on second, I'm like, oh, she's not that happy. But then next inning, it's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
So
She's laughing, dancing down third baseline.
Talli, do we have the picture pulled up?
It's this is wait.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
Just
Or,
chilling. It's I mean, I obviously knew she played at Campbellsville, played in the Mid-South in like 2013, 14, 15. But it is, I mean, like as a coach to go to program in the conference you played in, build that program up, and then the year y'all had last year. I mean, obviously it wasn't just a spur of the moment thing y'all are sticking around. There's no doubt about it. There's a culture there that she's built up. One of the coaches that look, I know at the beginning of the year last year when I picked Mobile to win that series, I did not make many friends in Williamsburg, Kentucky. But ever since that she came on, it's been gravy. We've had a great relationship. It's been great with the Pats. CP, you got any questions left or?
I don't know.
Well, I got to say, Talli, Bailey, Makenzie, Carly, this has been phenomenal. This was so much fun. First time we've had 4 guests on. First time we're doing this YouTube interview series, whatever. So thank y'all so much. This has been phenomenal, and it's always got to be. It's Pats by 90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank
Pats
you all
by
for
90, that one.
and for covering us. Like we appreciate it so much.
The
Of
great
course.
opportunity.
All right. Well, thank you
Appreciate
so much. Everybody listening. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back Friday. Another great episode. Recap midweek. Send y'all on the weekend where we've got CP. We got some good ones. We got some good ones this
Got
weekend.
some bangers.
We got obviously the one of the biggest rivals in NAIA softball. We got the 2023 NAIA Softball World Series rematch for Oregon Tech, Southern Oregon. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about a bunch of those again. Talli, Bailey, Makenzie, Carly, thank y'all so much. Go Pats. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank
Thank
you all.
you.